So we had a plan in our mind of what was going to be required to qualify, what we thought the best route to go would be, and then in the summer we'd also very clear in our mind how we then wanted to evolve and what we wanted to use the next period of time for. So we've actually got an extra game to do that, which is great. We want tomorrow good opportunity to look at a couple of things. We want to learn a few things from the game. Don't want to waste that opportunity.
Is it likely that we're going to see players like Jesse Lingard, Michael Keane, Harry Maguire, Harry Winks involved at some stage?
Well, for sure we'll make changes. We want to get the balance right. This is a game that we want to give a strong performance, and it's a game we want to win. Equally, it's a good chance to as I say, learn things about certain people. But also they need the structure around them and to make sure that the team's strong enough for them going in to succeed. So there's also, you want players with the right level of motivation for the game, a point to prove, and so we're always balancing all of those things when you select any team.
How much of a concern is the artificial surface? Is that going to have a bearing on your selection?
The game is different, slightly different on an artificial pitch, there's no question. But the ball runs certainly as well as it did the other night. I think we've got people, and we want to play people that can handle the ball. So technically, if you're a technically efficient player, it's no problem at all.
Obviously, you've got Jack sitting next to you. Is Joe Hart in your mind? Is he your number one, or is that position up for grabs?
I think I said all along, we've got great competition for places. I think Joe, his performance the other night was excellent. Not only important saves, but his decision making on his distribution, his management of the game was excellent. Clearly, we've also got other good goalkeepers in the squad, and tomorrow's a great opportunity for Jack to play. He's been patient for his opportunity. His form's good. So we want that competition for places, and I think it's a good opportunity tomorrow to start that.
And Jack, you've been no secret about your desire to be the number one. What's the rivalry like between you and Joe Hart at the moment?
Well, it's really good between all of us, to be honest. We're all after the same shirt, but we're all keen to push each other and make sure that we're all performing to a high standard, because ultimately that means success for us as a nation. So there's brilliant rivalry there, but also great friendship between all of us. And we supported Joe excellently the other night, and he obviously went on to make some great saves and put in a really good performance for us, which is what we want. And I'm sure it would go the opposite way if it was someone else in the goal.
And what's the last 18 months been like for you since you had that injury against Germany?
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. That Germany game, I felt like was my opportunity, and had a really good season at Stoke. So that was tough to go down the way I did. A long process of getting back fit and a lot of setbacks. But finally I feel back to where I was, and obviously feel like I'm playing well and consistently. And just delighted to be back in the England setup again, and looking forward to tomorrow night.
And Gareth, just on the question of Dele Alli, how much do you think you need to on Thursday night? There's obviously been a lot of debate about sort of lack of creativity in the midfield. Do you think that the reason was because he wasn't playing?
I think we've got a lot of players that we haven't been able to select this time. Over the last year, Adam Lallana's been the best player for us. No question. So we've been without him for the 3 matches so far this season. So we have players with creativity. The other night we didn't perform at the level we want to, and none of us are going to dress that up any differently. But the objective of qualification is now achieved, and now the desire is, okay, how far can we go? How do we improve the team? How do we look forward? And that process starts tomorrow.
Will Dele be involved tomorrow?
Well, we've got to look at all of the squad, because all of those that played on Thursday are yet to train properly. They had a recovery session yesterday, so until we've had a chance to train and get everybody out, I won't make a decision on the team until then, really.
And staying on that central midfield position, when it comes to Jack Wilshere, what does he have to do to get back into this squad?
Well, look, everybody knows the quality that Jack has, but he's not playing yet for Arsenal. He had a really bad injury at the end of last season. He's a player we enjoyed having around the squad as a person, and because of his technique last season. Of course, you need to be playing football. So he's still early stages of his recovery, I would say, in terms of full fitness. He's certainly a player that has the quality to play at the highest level.
And do you think there is a problem in that central midfield position for England? I mean, in your days as a player, we had players like Gascoigne and then Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard. Is there a reason why we're not producing players like that at the moment?
We have a league where every week 70 players, English players, play. When I was playing, that was best part of 150 probably. So we have a problem in terms of opportunity for young players, full stop. So it means that the players that we are selecting, we believe are the best in the country, and the desire is that the country get behind them, because we're going to go with lots of young players, have been going with lots of young players, and they need the support and they need the backing. They're not where they want to be yet, and they're of course not where everybody else wants them to be yet. But that, the names you're talking about came into the team at 18, 19, but were surrounded by loads of experienced senior players who'd won lots of things. These guys are having to learn together, and it's a steep learning curve, and the environment playing for England is a tough one. But that is the environment. We've got to get used to it. We've got to be strong enough mentally to deal with it, and I believe these lads can. So it's for me an exciting period now to see how they develop over the next six to 8 months in particular.
And obviously with Thursday night's performance, a lot of people were disappointed with the performance. And there was criticism of the fact that it wasn't entertaining, you didn't really put on a show. But would it be the case that international football is a results business? It's not your job to entertain people or put on a show. We've seen Italy struggle, Croatia drew yesterday, Brazil didn't win, Argentina didn't win.
Well, look, it is a results business, but as the way I want to play is that we entertain as well. There's no question about that. We weren't able to do that the other night. We faced an opponent who, every time we got in behind their midfield, fouled us, picked up 5+ yellow cards, could have been more. So if one of their players, if they go down to 10, that makes a difference to the game for a start. But the desire is to do both. When you're saying that everybody's disappointed with this performance, none more so than me. But minimum is you win, and minimum for us was that we get to a World Cup final, so that the players that we've got, young and old, get the experience of playing on the highest possible stage, and that would be great experience for them. It's crucial for English football that we're involved in that tournament. It's so important in many different ways. So the balance has been to try and, I go back to the average age of the team around 25. It would be one of the youngest in terms of the big countries around Europe. It was last summer. I think we've got younger since then. But while we're doing that, we have to keep winning. And, first thing in the qualification was to win.
And going into that tournament, I suppose it's important to have a full-time England captain. Is that likely to be Harry Kane? Have you made this up yet?
I've got plenty of ideas of how I want to do that. When I do that, I'll decide.
You told him a month ago that he was going to be the captain for these 2 games.
Yeah.
Next month, you've got games coming up against Germany and Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Are you planning on telling him that he's going to be the captain for those games?
No.
Or telling somebody else?
No.
there seems to be the sort of reluctance on your part to say that he's going to be the next permanent captain, whereas lots of other people in football think that he ticks all the boxes.
Well, look, I think he's an outstanding leader, and I guess I risk repeating myself that I think we've been over-reliant on one or two leaders over the last few years who've been the captain, for whom all the responsibility has fallen upon. Every time there was a match, they had to sit here and answer the questions. I think it's important that, you know, Jack was my captain at under 21 level. He's an outstanding personality and a strong leader. So why don't we use those qualities to spread the responsibility, give these guys experience of what it feels like. They have more ownership of the team then. In the difficult moments, they'll be prepared to step forward because they've got more experience of dealing with pressure. And I think it's important to spread that responsibility because also we miss the chance of their insight, their views if we don't go that way. So I get the obsession. Yeah, I'm probably starting to get a bit more stubborn over it, frankly, because I'll make the decision when I'm ready. But there are things as the coach you're doing for a particular reason, not just to please people. There was no way that we were going to travel with less than 25 players for this game because I was certain that they were all coming, whatever had happened. As it happens, they all want to be here. It's good they've all qualified. They've got 3 days together to enjoy that experience, enjoy each other's company, and a game tomorrow that's important for us to prepare for. But you know, I'm very clear on which route we're going in certain issues.
Will Harry be captain tomorrow night?
That depends on how things go in training today.
Any more questions?
Last time you defeated Lithuania 2-0, and how do you expect this game to be different, having in mind that both teams have nothing to lose and nothing to win?
If we are playing for England, there is always something to lose, and for the guys that play tomorrow, there's an enormous amount to gain, which is more important. So the game I expect to be difficult. Lithuania defended very well at Wembley. They defended in a deep block. That's always difficult to break down, but that's a challenge that we're getting used to, and that's one we'll be prepared for tomorrow.
Coach, Roy Hodgson was a bit cold and not too comfortable last time England played here on the bench. Have you taken warm clothes?
Maybe I'll just stay in my tracksuit tomorrow if it's going to rain. So I'm not sure how you want me to answer the question, really. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. We can do the radio.
Yeah. No.